أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على نبي بعده سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه إلى يوم الدين فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي لا تؤاخذني مما يقولون واغفر لي ما لا يعلمون واجعل لي خيرا مما يظنون أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala Wabarakatuh. Welcome to the house of dua. Welcome to the channel from which you learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about his creation, his message and his messenger, and about his chosen religion known as Al-Islam. Welcome to the channel from which you learn how to reach out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with your needs, with your fears, with your hopes and aspirations. The channel from which you learn how to call on Allah to grant what you need and protect you against those things that you fear. And welcome to the channel from which you learn how to succeed in the world we live now and how to succeed even better when you meet Allah on the day of accountability. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, in this channel for some time now we have been bringing to you verses of relief. Relief from your tribulations and difficulties. Relief that gives you joy, the joy of life that you desire, and the joy that gives you hope that your returning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be a time of goodness for you. These are the verses we have been bringing to you for some time now. I hope you are benefiting from them. Today, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we are coming to you with other set of verses in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us that delay is dangerous. Yes. Delay is dangerous. You hit the iron when the iron is hot. You take the decision when it is time to take decision without procrastinating, without delaying, without criticizing, without raising questions and arguments. That's how to know a believer. You decide right away. Why? Because the good is different from the evil. Because light is different from darkness. Because Islam is different from other religions. And because the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the one only true God, the creator, the sustainer, the provider, the curer, the one to whom we shall return for accountability. The worship of him cannot be compared to the calling of other stuff like idols or other inanimate objects that can neither help you nor harm you. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, the truth is clear. It's up to you whether you want to make a decision that will help yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already laid it out there for all of us. It's up to us as individuals to make the right decision at the right time. My dear brothers and sisters, you know that there are some people among us today who are struggling, who are behind. They are not behind because they are not rich or they don't have the potential to be rich. They are not behind because of any other consideration. They are behind because they failed to take the right decision at the right time. They failed to act at the right time when the opportunities were wide open to them. Take the case of somebody, for example, who has the means to perform the Hajj. He keeps on delaying until the opportunity is taken away. Take the case of a child who is hoping to go to the university. It's time to sit down and prepare for the SAT exam, or what in Nigeria we call the Joint Admission and Matriculation Exam. The publication is out that people should apply. You know what? He or she keeps on delaying. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. What Nigeria we call I go. I go. I go. At the end of the day, that person never does what he's supposed to do. And when finally he decides to do something, it's either too late or he has lost the opportunity. This is the predicament of many of us today. There are people, opportunities comes wide open. Instead of taking advantage of the opportunity, they keep on waiting to see what those who take the dive to take advantage of those opportunities will suffer or gain, whether it will be real. There are people who, as a result of that, they delay. So people delay because they are procrastinating. I will do it. I will do it. Nothing is holding them back. They have the potential, they have the energy, but they are simply not able to make up their minds. There are others who are not able to take decisions because they are genuinely delaying to analyze the facts and the possibility that what they are seeing before them is real. There's nothing wrong with that. But what about those who are delaying by simply raising questions? Why not? Why not this way? Why not that way? What will happen at the end? As a result of that, they are not able to make up their mind. What about those who are simply criticizing? Instead of taking decision, they criticize those who have taken the decision, or they find fault in the system. When the system finally turns out to be beneficial, they say, oh, had I known, I would have acted early. And what about those who keep on avoiding the reality? These are the manifestations of the people of the past, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent messengers after messengers. And whenever each messenger came to their people, there are some who will be criticizing. There are some who will be asking questions. There are some who will be promising, I will believe. Give me some time to think about it. And there are some who will be attacking the messengers. As a result of that, they lose the opportunity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has drawn our attention to this kind of conduct in several verses of the Quran, too numerous to mention. Let's come down to the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. During the time of migration, there were some who took the initiative right away. As soon as they learned that the Prophet had moved to Medina, they went after him. They proceeded to Medina as well. But there were others who were asking the questions. Are we sure? Is he safe over there? No, it's not going to succeed. And so on. There are others who were saying, you know what, because of my family, because of my children, I won't be able to move. Let me wait and see what will be the consequences upon those who went before. And there were some who, out of the fear of the Mushrikun of Makkah, they just didn't take any initiative. If I act, so and so will happen. Same thing happened at the time the Prophet landed in Medina, calling people to contribute to the way of Allah, calling people to assist. Was it the time of the Battle of Badr, or the Battle of Uhud, or the Battle of Al-Ahzab, or the Battle of Tabuk? Time and time again, 4 or 5 categories of people were emerged. Those who were delaying, those who were procrastinating, those who were criticizing, those who were afraid to take the initiative. This has been the situation, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. So today is not different because there are many of us who are held back by what is known as the fear of the unknown. What else is better? Those who are successful are those who are able to take advantage of that situation and make a move and break that fear, and they land into the goodness Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has landed for them. Imagine Prophet Musa alayhi salam. He was walking along the desert and he saw fire, smoke far away burning. He didn't walk away. He said, you know what? He told his wife, wait here. Let me go and see what is happening. That's mere curiosity. Mere curiosity led Musa alayhi salam to discover that he was being invited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed verses upon verses to remind us that there is danger in procrastinating. There is danger in delaying. There is danger in criticizing. There is danger in being fearful of taking a move to leave your darkness into light, to leave other religions into Islam. There is danger in it. Time cannot wait for you. That's why we are bringing a very powerful verse to you today. Verse 158 of Surah Al-An'am. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ha yanzurun ila tatiyahumul malaika aw yatiya rabbuk aw yatiya ba'du ayati rabbik yawma yati ba'du ayati rabbik لا ينفع نفسا إيمانها لم تكن آمنت من قبل أو كسبت في إيمانها خيرا قل تنذروا إنا منتظرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked the question, Ayanzuruna ilanta tiyohum malaika. What are they waiting for? Are they waiting for the angels to come from the heaven before they make a move to leave darkness into Islam? Ayati Arabuk, or are they waiting for Allah to come first before they can take a decision? Ayati Abadu Ayati Rebik, or are they waiting for miracles, signs of Allah to appear before they can take decision, before they could move? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned them, Yawma Ayati Abadu Ayati Rebik. If they are truly waiting for the signs of Allah, the miracles of Allah to come before they move, at that time when the miracle comes, it's not going to be beneficial for those who delay. Because to make a decision at that time will be considered too late. Or whatever they do at that time cannot be of any benefit to them. Therefore, tell the young Muhammad, if you decide to wait, therefore keep on waiting. We are with you waiting. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not telling us that there is advantage in delaying, in waiting, in procrastinating. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding you of the danger of waiting or procrastinating or delaying in your decision. There are many of us who have money to buy a car or to go to the Hajj or to build a house or to help the poor. You know what? They leave the money in the bank. Every day they are looking at the figures. Oh, that's my money. And they are saying, you know what? Yes, I'm going to help the poor. I'm going to perform the Hajj. I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to build a home. At the end of the day, they keep delaying until the inflationary trend in the country comes around and the value of that money is wiped away. Or a serious disaster comes around and the business that gives them that opportunity is swiped out. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, such people return back to square one. That's why it's important for us to know that delay is dangerous. Do not be a victim of your own inaction. Don't be a victim of your own inaction. When opportunity comes, make a decision. No matter how terrible that decision may be initially, make a decision. Allah says, Faiza azamta fatawakal ala Allah. Once you have decided, put your trust in Allah. Allah loves those who put their trust in Him. Yes, leave the rest to Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who take the initiative at seeing it for the first time. That is why those who migrated with the Prophet, they were honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with verses of the Quran. In Surah At-Tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَسَابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ مِنَ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ وَالَّذِينَ تَبَعُوهُم بِإِحْسَانٍ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ وَأَعَدَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. Those who took the initiative, those who led the way the first time, who accompanied the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam from Mecca to Medina. Allahu Akbar Kabir. And those who accompanied them soon after in goodness by moving from Mecca to Medina. Allah says they were pleased with Allah and Allah was pleased with them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised them Jannah in which rivers flow. And when they live in such Jannah, they will be there forever. That is a supreme prize that all of us are looking for. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this is an honor to those who took the first initiative to migrate from Mecca to Medina in the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. In Surah Al-Hadid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَلِلَّهِ مِيرَاثُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ لَا يَسْتَوِي مِنكُم مَّنْ أَنفَقَ مِن قَبْلِ الْفَتْحِ وَقَاتَلَ أولئك أعظم درجة من الذين أنفقوا من بعد وقاتلوا وقولا وعد الله الحسنى والله بما تعملون خبير. Those who spend in the way of Allah before the time of the victory of Makkah. Those who spent when things were difficult, who took that first initiative to join the forerunners to do what is right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they will have higher reward than those who spend later after the victory. Yes, there are people who came in soon after the victory. Today, the same thing. When we are raising funds to build the masjid, there are those who took the initiative to make donations. But there are those who come later after the masjid have been built or it's in the process of completion. They come around and start donating money because they have seen progress, irreversible progress. For the two groups of people, there is reward, but you cannot compare the reward of those who came later to the reward of those who took the first initiative. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, these are lessons for us to learn. As I said, there are several verses of the Quran in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala urge us to take immediately the initiative that is required of us to make a change in our lives. Even among the previous generations, the prophets and messengers of Allah continue to remind their people, do what you are told to do right now where you are before it's too late. For example, Prophet Shuaib alayhi salam told his people, Ya kaumi malu ala makanatikum inni amilun sawfa ta'lamun man ya'ti azabu yukhzi wa man huwa kazib wartaqibu inni ma'akum raqib. Shuaib alayhi salam told his people, do what you are told to do now. Make the move. Don't be sluggish. Don't procrastinate. Time is not on your side. Make the move and become believers. And if you decide to delay, therefore, because you are waiting for the consequences or you want to see whether the promise of Allah is true, then be waiting. And I will join you in waiting. We shall know who is going to suffer the punishment when the punishment came. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also told the Prophet Surah Hud and Surah Yunus and other surahs of the Quran, Ya kaumi malu ala makanatikum inni amilun fasawfa ta'lamun man takunu lahum akibatu dar innahum la yuflihun zalimun. The Prophet was told by Allah, tell your people, tell the people of Makkah and the present generation, do what you are told to do right now. Avoid procrastination, avoid delay. And if you keep on delaying and you think that will be to your benefit, you are waiting for signs, or you are waiting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come down before you take decision, or you are waiting for the angels of Allah, then keep on waiting. We shall see what will happen when the punishment of Allah comes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not allow those who are wrongdoers to succeed. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, these verses cumulatively remind us of the need for us not to delay, not to procrastinate, not to criticize, not to hesitate when it is time for us to make decisions. Whether that decision has to do with your religion, changing from your other faith into Islam, or it has to do with business, or it has to do with your life, or it has to do with building a house, or buying a car, or helping your children, or helping the poor. Don't delay. Delay is dangerous. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, these are the lessons we learn in the Quran. And according to the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the Prophet was quoted as saying, Igitenim khamsa kabluna khams. Take advantage of 5 things before 5 things come around and take them away from you. Number 1, Shababaka kablan haramik. Take advantage of your youth before senility comes around and make you weak that you can no longer act. Faragaka kabla shugulik. Take advantage of your time before you get busy with other difficulties that you can no longer do what you are supposed to do as a Muslim. Swihataka kabla haramik. Take advantage of your health before sickness comes around. Gina aka kabla fakrik. Take advantage of your wealth. Spend it wisely now before poverty comes in, when that wealth disappears. Hayataka kabla mautik. Take advantage of your life right now before death comes. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, delay is dangerous. Therefore, let us stop procrastinating, because that is one of the reasons why many of us fail in the life that we live. As I said, there are some, whenever a situation arises, instead of taking decision to do what is right, they start asking questions. Same thing they did in the past. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent revelations when the people of Makkah were continuously asking the prophet questions upon questions, questions that were designed to make his message look unbelievable. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the prophet, "Qul ya ayyuhallazina amanu la tasalu an ashiya in tubda lakum tasukum wa in tasalu anha hina yunazalul Qur'an tubda lakum afalahu anha wallahu ghafurun rahim." They were warned, don't be asking too many questions that are designed to frustrate the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you continue to ask these questions, Allah will send revelations down as answers to them. And when those answers come, they may even complicate your situation and you find yourself in difficulty. Therefore, follow what you are told to do. During the preparation for the Battle of Al-Ahzab and the Battle of Tabuk and the Battle of Uhud, there were some who would come to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, trying to seek excuses for them to stay behind so that they will not participate in the battle. So that if the undeserved outcome happened, they will jubilate and say they were lucky that they didn't follow the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. Allah says, وَيَسْتَعْزِمْ فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ نَبِيًّا Inna buyutana auratun wama hiya bi aura in turiduna ila firara. Some of them came to the prophet and said, Ya Rasulullah, we didn't close the door to our home. Our home is exposed. Therefore, let us go to lock the door and come and join you in this battle so that we don't get our things stolen by those undesirables. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought verses immediately to say, no, wama hiya bi aura. Their houses are not exposed. As a matter of fact, in turiduna ila firara. They are only looking for an excuse not to participate. 3 great examples can be given of the people who were procrastinating at the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad during the preparation for the Battle of Tabuk. People like Eli ibn Umayyah, Murad ibn Rabah, and Ka'b ibn Malik. They were true friends of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they were told to accompany them to the Battle of Tabuk. The 3 of them continued to procrastinate. At the end of the day, they never went to that battle. And so, when victory was given to the prophet, they were among those who came trying to make excuses why they did not act at that time. My dear brothers and sisters, when it comes to the responsibility we owe to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you don't act, there are other people who will act. And unfortunately, at that time, you will be the loser. When it comes to responsibility you owe to yourself, if you don't act, you will blame yourself later. Therefore, make decision before it's too late. Make decision before it's too late. Procrastination, delay is dangerous. In Surah Sajda, which is chapter 32 of the Holy Quran, the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam was told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to respond to those who were coming to ask questions about the day of accountability. They have been promised that the day of accountability will come, but instead of believing and taking the right step, وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى هَذَا الْفَتِحُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ قُلْ يَوْمَ الْفَتْحِ لَا يَنفَعُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِيمَانُهُمْ وَلَا هُمْ يُحْزَنُونَ فَأَعْرِضْ عَنْهُمْ وَانتَظِرْ إِنَّهُمْ مُنتَظِرُونَ. They are coming to ask you, when is the day of accountability? Tell them, when that time comes, decision to believe on that day will not be of benefit to those who did not believe right now. Therefore, if they decide to wait, tell them, keep on waiting. We are waiting. We shall see what will be the outcome. The situation of today is not different from what we are telling you, my dear brothers and sisters. People today are just delaying, making decisions that would have been beneficial to them. As a result of that, they find themselves in greater difficulties. Therefore, people who are in such categories, we advise you, don't delay. What is worth doing at all is worth doing well and doing now. Don't delay it, because time may come and you will not be able to do it again. Time is not at the disposal of all of us. Therefore, let's take the right decision. As the saying goes, a stitch in time saves 9. Your decision you take right now will be the help you are going to receive in future. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for all of us. Take shaitan away from our lives and take our life far away from the shaitan. Subhanallah wa bihamdik, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Alhamdulillah.